Hi, I'm Scott Campbell with Solve 3D.
And I'm Kevin Miller at Solve 3D.
So, Kevin, I understand we can do an export from Encompass, but why would I want to export something from Encompass?
Well, there's a number of reasons why. Maybe you're, you know, trying to model out 3D aspect of your entire data set, and you don't want to load all 20 gigabytes of point cloud and images. You might just want to export a small section to pull into another application. Um, Possibly you want to archive one of your projects and delete it from Encompass. Just download all of the data and archive it, and then maybe you can re-import it later. Yeah, there's a number of reasons.
Okay, well, I could see that the export then would be pretty useful. So, how do I go about making an export or doing an export?
Yeah, so here we're looking at an Encompass project, a mobile mapping project again. To get to data export on the left-hand side, you just click data export. And at the start, you're kind of in a mode where you have to draw or define an area using the aerial map of where you want to export. So I'm just going to flip over to the area map here and make it really big. And say I want to export just this intersection. So what I do is I start clicking, left clicking, and creating a polygon around this intersection. Double click once I'm finished, and I give it a name. So I'll call it intersection. And I click add data. So at this point, it's now locked in, this area is defined, and I have to choose what I want to export. So there's three things I can choose to export: points, images, and the asset tags. So let's start with points. So to export points, I just click to generate data here, and a little modal window pops up asking me some questions about what I want to export and the quality or the density of the export. So I can choose to change the projection if I like, choose a different LAS version, change the density. You can think of this as kind of a percentage in density. So I'll just leave it where it is. And you can also choose to turn on and off classifications if you want to limit that data. So I'm going to leave it all on here. Just click export polygon. So this export can take, a couple of seconds to a few minutes, depending on the size of your data and the size of your polygon. But while that's running, it actually just finished here.
That
Uh,
was fast.
yeah, so I'll come back to the actual point cloud and show you what it looks like in a second. So again, with images, if you want to export these images, these are the 360-degree images you see in the scene view. I just click the images link. And again, similar questions. You can export the quality. I'm going to leave these low quality for now and click export. And again, you got to wait a couple minutes or a few seconds to a couple minutes, depending on the number of images and the quality you've defined. So there you go, it's finished, generated 24 images. And lastly, the assets. So we can actually export a list of the asset tags that are defined in this polygon area. So to do that, I just click View Assets, and it'll scan them all and pull out a list of them that are defined in here. You see here's all our stop signs and some poles that were defined before. And if I'm happy with that, I can click Download CSV. So there we go. So we can cancel that. So I'll just show you, let's just look at that CSV really quickly while we're here. So you can see there's that CSV. The points, I'm going to click Download. And the images, I'll click Download. So we'll get those going. One thing to note, you will also get an email for the points and the images download. So if it does take, 25 minutes to generate the export, you might want to wait for that email before you open it up. And the email will look something like this. It'll say point cloud has been exported, and you have a download link right in that email as well. So we'll just take a quick look at some of these. We'll open this intersection one in the engine LAS viewer. You can see here's that little square that I drew, as well as the intersection.zip for the images. You can see I have a CSV file. Just load it up here. Here it is, of each photo and its X, Y, Z and a roll pitch yaw locations, as well as also in the zip file is all the panoramic images that were taken in that area.
Okay, well, I can see this export thing is both pretty useful and not very hard to do. Thanks very much, Kevin.
No problem.